This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, we get an update on an armed robbery, carjacking, and kidnapping incident that occurred in West Hazleton over the weekend. Hello again, this is FYI on SSPTV. I'm Ken Karen. As always, we appreciate your time. And we begin this evening with sad news. The Hazleton area community is mourning the loss of a prominent educator and friend. Dr. Geraldine Stish Shepperson, who had served as a superintendent of the Hazleton Area School District from 1993 to 2003, passed away on Tuesday. Her daughter confirmed her passing. The Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. A statement regarding her passing can be found on their website. We will have more tomorrow on her life and accomplishments. The Lasan family and everyone here at SSPTV extends our sincere condolences to the family and many friends of Dr. Geraldine Stish Shepperson. Hazleton City Council has tabled a resolution to accept land from Sullivan Trail Partnership at no cost to the city. Council took action at their meeting on Tuesday after a request from the partnership. The piece of land is 375 acres near Club 40 Road and Stockton Mountain Road, and part of the land is in Hazel Township. Council President Jack Mundy told us that he was told by Sullivan Trail Partnership that they need to do more paperwork. Mundy believes the land would be a great addition to the city, and according to the Standard Speaker, City Council believes the transfer will move forward. For more on this story, including reaction from residents, grab today's Standard Speaker or go to their website. We discussed a few other issues with Council President Jack Mundy, including Council's dispute with Mayor Joe Yanuzzi over Hazleton's 2015 budget. Yanuzzi vetoed Council's 2015 budget in January. Council then voted to override that veto.
We believe all along that our budget is the right budget for Hazleton. It doesn't include any tax increases except for the transfer tax. It eliminates the stormwater fee, which the mayor wanted. It eliminates his tax increase of $160,000. We think the mayor should work with our budget instead of proposing one that he wanted to propose with. And we think our budget's legal also.
I think you said right budget because you said you don't think the city of Hazleton, the people living there, could afford a tax increase?
That's what I've been saying all along. I mean, for the last 3 or 4 years, when the mayor increased taxes 46% the previous year with the stormwater fee. He initially said he wanted it to be 86%. I told him, I said, Joe, you'll chase everyone out of the city. The last council that he had, that was his majority, got it down to 46, and they passed the stormwater fee, which was burdensome to a lot of people and a lot of businesses. I had one business who paid $1,000 that wasn't budgeted, and it hurt them tremendously.
Mundy says the mayor proposes a budget and council decides how much money is spent, not the mayor. Council's budget includes money for new part-time police help in Hazleton. Yanuzzi and Police Chief Frank DeAndrea say the city needs full-time officers. To pay the full-time officers, there would be a property tax increase. Mundy has a different view. He thinks the city should try using part-time officers, saying that full-time officers would be a burden on taxpayers. Mundy says he's talked with other communities where using part-time officers has worked out well. The search continues for a third suspect in a carjacking, kidnapping, and armed robbery that occurred over the weekend in West Hazleton. Two men, Pablo A. Valenzuela and Victor M. Soto Santana, are in custody after a manager at Applebee's was followed after leaving the restaurant on Sunday night. She was followed onto Interstate 81 when a vehicle swerved at her and caused her car to spin. She was kidnapped at gunpoint and taken back to the restaurant in her car. She initiated the store's duress alarm around 11 p.m., making it look like she was disarming the security system. West Hazleton Police Chief Brian Buglio talks about the violent nature of this crime and gives us an update.
That type of crime isn't necessarily a common type of crime, and the way they went about it, it was very violent, it was very fast moving, it was planned out before they did it. So that type of crime we're not really used to. I mean, we're used to the thefts, we're used to the robberies, we're used to the burglaries, but the way that all was planned out, it took a little bit of thought, and like I said, it did surprise us and probably did alarm the public.
What's the message to the public kind of in the aftermath, of this happening?
I think the message is that I don't think anybody in the public should be worried or should be scared at all. that's what we're here for, is the police department, all the other local departments that helped us, the state police that helped us with this. When something like this happens, it's not just West Hamilton Police. This is all the police departments together that work together. And as you can see, we did make 2 arrests with this. There is a 3rd individual that we're still looking for, but we're still actively working the investigation. And I'm pretty confident we're going to find him, and we'll make an arrest for the 3rd person also.
That's what I was going to ask. Just an update. Is that where we're at right now?
We've been serving search warrants. We did search warrants on vehicles. We're following up all the leads that we're getting from our the public, anything that comes into us. So, like I said, I'm fairly confident we will be making an arrest with a 3rd person.
Any advice for people to stay safe, in situations late night like this?
Yeah, one of the things is just be aware of your surroundings. Be around, look around, see who's around you before you get in your car. Look around. These individuals are actually watching the manager for probably 4 or 5 days prior to this. I understand that Weiss is open and these other businesses are open, but just be aware of your surroundings and know what's around you and before you get in your vehicle. I mean, she knew right away that they were following her, but unfortunately that there wasn't anything that she was going to do about this. This is one of those unfortunate events.
The victim in this incident was found unharmed in her vehicle. We spoke with Chief Buglio at a ribbon-cutting ceremony this morning. Firefighters from 3 counties battled 2 early morning fires. Just before 2:30 a.m., the Hazel Township Fire Company responded along Route 940 for a fire in the attic of a double home. Then around 3:30 a.m., Hazelton firefighters were called to 316 East Broad Street. The fire was contained to the attic of the home. 6 people were forced out in the cold. Residents in the other half of the double home were able to stay. The Hazelton fire was labeled accidental. Hazelton Fire Chief Donald Leschko says an electric heater in the attic was the cause. The Red Cross was called in to assist the victims of both fires. Charges were filed yesterday against a Drums man who is a former pastor and youth group director. 34-year-old Adam Thomas Dialbero of Beach Mountain Lakes in Drums was charged with corruption of minors, unlawful contact with a minor, and indecent assault of a person younger than 16. According to Whitehaven Police, the offenses took place between May of 2011 and May of 2012. The victim was a youth group member and was 12 to 13 years old. Dialbero once served as director of an intercongregational youth group at Mountain View Community Free Methodist Church in Whitehaven prior to forming his own congregation, which has since closed. For more on this story, you can read Amanda Chrisman's article in the Hazelton Standard Speaker or on standardspeaker.com. Coming up in sports, Standard Speaker sports editor Dave Seaman joins us to talk about the Super Bowl, high school basketball, and National Signing Day in college football. And when we come right back, Janine and Tamara continue to help us beat the winter blues with their What's the Sense home decorating segments.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazelton Standard Speaker.
We are inspiring you now on FYI with Tamara, and for the past couple weeks we've been talking about decorating the inside of your home, the outside of your home, and really making it come together. We sometimes are like, forget about it. It's winter, I'm miserable, close the blinds, and let's just count down to spring.
Yeah, everybody wants that countdown to spring. I have a little part of a segment that's inspiring to do something. Mm-hmm. Come up with a hobby, do something. Get a piece of furniture, paint it. I have a couple good ideas I found on Pinterest. Get on Pinterest. My goodness, it's crazy, all this stuff on Pinterest. Rediscover lost space in your house. That's a big thing. We just shove things and there's areas in our home that we can actually be using.
Yeah, you definitely know how to do that. Yeah. And sometimes you think, I can't decorate or put something on a floor on the step, which you can utilize the ground. You don't always have to put things up high or on shelves.
Right.
I actually saw a good one through the Run Walk 2015 miles, the competition.
Right.
A girl had glass bowls and she has the big containers filled with all different colored marbles. 2015. So every time she runs a mile, she moves a marble over. But it just, again, you said, come up with a project, invent something. Well, it's a decoration, and yet it's still a goal that she has for 2015.
Yeah, plus it kind of gets you in the mood. It just kind of gets you out of that funk.
I gotta think of one for my house.
Yeah.
I'll do that with pennies. Okay, go on.
Okay, so here's some cool ideas I found on Pinterest. This here is they painted an old cupboard they found. painted it yellow.
love yellow.
Isn't it pretty?
Yes.
Took some drawers out. They took doors here, 3 different doors, and made a room divider. And I love my doors.
Oh, you certainly have enough doors.
I have enough doors at the shop if anybody needs them. They're reupholster a chair. It's so easy. People think it's hard. It's just following a pattern. Here's a coffee table. All they did was
neat.
etch it. I have that coffee table sitting in my garage.
I'm using the stencil.
Here, stencil a mirror. Stencil, like, go in and just get some stencils and put some. Here's an old tire.
And you love your tires.
I love my tires. And they just used rope and made an ottoman. Here, they stenciled a pillow. That's a cool thing for the kids to do.
All right,
too.
I'm going to be stenciling this year.
And here, look at bottle caps.
Love that.
Isn't that cool?
That is
like,
neat.
Just find stuff around the house and make something. It just makes. Here's an outdoor seating area. Now I know it's a little crazy, but take a space outdoors. Make it nice.
The neighbors won't mind if you use their yard. We're good. Blend it out.
Yours.
Blend it out. Yeah, blend it out. We're going to have a party outside.
Do something. Find a hobby. Even take pictures. Taking pictures is huge. Like that can really make you feel better too when you're looking outside, and bird watching even. Like it sounds like crazy stuff, but get yourself inspired. Read books that are upbeat and gonna
get you going.
And yoga and meditate. Like your surroundings are so important. So appreciate them, wherever they are. Be thankful for them and respect them.
All right. Okay. Next week.
Next week, we are going to Homegrown's All Right With Me.
All right. We're going boss. I can't wait. Join us Wednesday on FYI.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Hashtag wishful thinking. Who wishes it was summer and you were enjoying a chocolate and vanilla swirl with sprinkles? I never eat sprinkles in the winter. I miss sprinkles. Back to reality. Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service. Snow showers tonight, low around 16. New snow accumulation of around 2 inches on the extended forecast. Snow showers tomorrow before noon, then a chance of flurries before the storm ends. Partly sunny, high near 16. It will feel like -1, and there's a possibility of 1 inch of snow accumulation on Thursday night. Partly cloudy, low around -2. It will feel like -14 with the wind chill. Friday, mostly sunny, high near 20. Friday night, mostly cloudy. Our low will be 11. For the weekend, Saturday, mostly cloudy. We get up to 33 degrees. Saturday night will be cloudy, low around 20. Sunday, a chance of snow, high near 25. Sunday night, chance of snow again. Chance of precipitation is 50%. The low will be 15 degrees. Tonight's weather is brought to you by the Ramana on Church Street in Hazleton. Monthly rooms are available with free Wi-Fi and a continental breakfast. Banquet space is available for any type of gathering, including weddings, meetings, reunions, Sweet 16 parties, and more. Call them at 570-455-2061. We move on to our midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers on the green screen. Pick 2, 25. Pick 3, 757. Pick 4, 6191. Pick 5, 32117. Dave Seaman and me, we both picked the Patriots to win the Super Bowl. We were right. We'll talk more about that next in sports.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Yes, it is Dave Day. It's also National Signing Day for college football and college football fans out there everywhere. We'll get to that with Dave Seaman, the sports editor from the Standard Speaker. But let's start with the 2 big games from this past weekend. Dave, let's start with Super Bowl 49, New England Patriots, your NFL world champions. Let's talk about the last play of the game. That's where I want to go, or at least what I want to talk about right now. I'm 89.5% sure I would have ran the ball. And the way I thought about it, Dave, was if I was playing Madden on my PlayStation 2 back in the day, it was the Super Bowl, I probably would have ran a running play right up the middle. Being Penn State fans, we can know it doesn't always work. See the 1979 Sugar Bowl. I think it would have worked in this situation, but I had a go-to play when I used to play Madden. That was slants. Whenever I thought the defense was going to come, bring a blitz, I would throw a quick slant play. It was almost guaranteed always to get you the first down or the touchdown, but every now and then it was a pick, and that was always a terrible feeling when the pick did happen. It happened to the Seahawks. But I guess what I'm trying to say is I kind of see maybe doing that, but at the same time, I really don't think I would have. Your thoughts on how it all ended up for the Seahawks?
Well, you look at the play before that when Marshawn Lynch ran 4 yards, looking almost like he was going to get in the end zone, ran to the half-yard line, not even the 1 yard line, the half-yard line. So they had a half yard to go. You have 2 plays one of two choices. You give the ball to Marshawn Lynch or bootleg action with Russell Wilson, the best running quarterback in the NFL, which I thought would have been even a better call because the Patriots would have been lined up in the middle of the field trying to prevent the play up the middle. Unfortunately for Seahawks fans, they chose to pass the ball. And let's give the Patriots guy, Malcolm Butler, a lot of credit. He did jump the play. He made a fabulous defensive play. Call it good coaching, good instincts. He was in the right place at the right time to make the play. Poor play calling maybe on the Seahawks end, but an outstanding play on the Patriots end, and you got to give credit where credit is due.
So that's the Super Bowl. Let's go back to Friday night now. Dave was there. He had the coverage in the Standard Speaker of Crestwood's win over Hazleton area in boys basketball, now a tie on top of Division I of the Wyoming Valley Conference. And Dave, it was the Cougars who made the comeback in Game 1. Defense was very solid as they beat the Comets. This time around, the Comets had to make a bit of a comeback, and he said the Cougar defense may be a little spotty in the second half.
Yeah, I think Crestwood exploited some things more in the second half. They were able to get some tough shots, and they shot the ball extremely well. Cole Wasco had hit some big shots for them. Jason Dotzel, a couple big shots for them. Josh Malcolmus, and they had a lot of contributions. Robbie Hopkins, a lot of Crestwood players getting involved in the act, and kind of caught the Cougars coming out of the gate out of the second at the beginning of the second half, and they struggled a little bit with trying to get the Cougars did trying to get their offense going. But again, the Cougars made a comeback late in the game too to force overtime, and then once it got to overtime, Cole Wasco hit a huge 4-point play, and Crestwood was able to pull away at the end, and even the season series at 1 apiece, and even the second half or the overall chase in the Wyoming Valley Conference.
All right, and finally, Dave, it is National Signing Day. Penn State, James Franklin doing a great job on the recruiting trail. According to ESPN, of Penn State's 25 commitments, 14 are rated 4 stars and the other 11 are 3-star recruits. And Dave, I think really building up on the offensive line, they have the number 12 offensive tackle coming in Sterling Jenkins, and he's from Pittsburgh. Number 13 offensive tackle in Ryan Bates, also from Pennsylvania, kind of dominating the state, as he said, some interesting back and forth between Penn State's Herb Hand and a Pitt coach there as that rivalry builds up. But let's talk about Franklin's overall effect on recruiting. See, I think I'd give him an A right now.
I think recruiting, yeah, you have to give him an A right now. How they develop the players is another story. That's going to be the mystery here, how they develop the players. No doubt they're getting the players in, and Penn State should be able to recruit top-level talent. There's enough talent in Pennsylvania and the surrounding states and in the country. Penn State's a national university, and they have a lot of contacts around the country, so Penn State should be able to recruit. The question is now developing that. You're now playing in the same conference, the same division with the national champion. So your work's cut out for you getting on the field, but bringing the players in is the first step.
All right. Well, Dave, thank you again for joining us on this Dave Day, and we hope to see you again soon. And here's Wednesday's FYI Standard Speaker scoreboard. The 4-6-2 boys basketball crew handed their rivals Monoy area their first loss in the Schuylkill League. Monoy still has a strong hold on first place in Division III, though. The Marion boys, they got the W over Nativity. North Schuylkill beat Tamaqua, and in the Wyoming Valley Conference, MMI went to 2 overtimes with Holy Redeemer. And before the game, Corey Rogers was honored for scoring 1,000 points as a prepper. We talked about Hazleton area and Crestwood. They both won on Tuesday, so we move closer to round 3 of Comets versus Cougars. The Lady Cougars beat Tunkhannock and have a huge game at Pittston area on Thursday to try and tie things up in Division I of the Wyoming Valley Conference. And in their first meeting this season, a 125-13 victory for Holy Redeemer. That led District 2 of PIAA to look into that game. In the second game, Redeemer, they win big again. In the Schuylkill League, Shenandoah Valley and North Schuylkill were winners. And finally, the Big HA got a sweep in the pool. It's Wednesday, and here's some delicious alliteration. It's signature steak night at Bottlenecks. All of their signature steaks are only $9.95 plus bottomless soup and salad for only $2.95.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, Neskpek State Park will be holding Winterfest Saturday, February 7th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. This annual event includes ice safety, ice fishing demonstrations, children's activities, cross-country skiing, and much more. No registration is required. Program is free, but for information, just call 570-403-2006. Our next announcement, the Hazleton Art League is holding an event called For the Love of Art, a membership drive kickoff featuring an evening of wine, beer, art, and music. The event will be held Sunday, February 15th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Pines Eatery and Spirits located inside the Markle Building. Tickets are $25 a piece and can be purchased by calling 570-454-5877. And finally, the Tamaqua Community Arts Center will be hosting live music featuring Ricky and the Ricardos on Saturday, February 7th. We'll get started at 7 p.m. Doors open at 6:30. Event is BYOB. Cost is $10 per ticket. For info, just call 570-668-1192. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Florence Maccheroni of Hometown. Memorial is Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Lamar Christ Funeral Home. Mass is Saturday at 11 a.m. at the St. Richard's Roman Catholic Church. The Lamar Christ Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. And Merceda V. Williams of Hazel Township. Funeral is Saturday at 9:30 a.m. from the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 7 to 9 p.m.
My name is Leanne Falabelle. I am the Vice President of Marketing at the Greater Hazelton Chamber of Commerce, and today I'm going to be talking about an event that we hold 3 times per year, and it's called our Schmoozapalooza event. And these are actually really great networking opportunities for our chamber members. The first one for this year is going to be held on Thursday, February 12th, and it is from 11:30 a.m. until 1 p.m. And we will be at Bonanza Steakhouse in Hazel Township. And the cost to attend is $22 per person. Lunch, of course, is included. And what this event really is, like I said, a networking opportunity for our members, but it's a really unique one-on-one opportunity. The members get to meet with one another, really introduce each other, introduce their business, and basically stand one-on-one, but in a very casual, relaxed atmosphere. Share your business, share all the services that you have to provide, and really establish relationships. And that's really what it's all about at the Chamber, is promoting our local businesses. So if you are interested in coming to this event and learning more about it, you can visit our website at hazeltonchamber.org. You can click on the calendar of events and click on February 12th, which will take you right to the event page. And you can register there, or you can call our office at 570-455-1509.
Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Joseph Gober of Mahanoy City. Joseph, if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Right now at facebook.com/FYI News 13, we have some bonus content from my interview with Dave Stephen, the sports editor of the Standard Speaker, so check that out. We'll be back tomorrow. Take it easy, everyone.